Hello everybody, thank you so much for joining me today. So today I'm going to show you the plants that I bought over the month of June, and then I'm going to show you some updates on some of my plants. I didn't buy too many plants over the month of June, so I figured I would add in some of the plants that I purchased over the past couple of months into this video and just show you guys how they are doing. So the first plant that I'm going to show you is my golden pothos. This plant I bought at Home Depot. I did take you guys with me when I purchased this plant. If you missed that video, I will link it above. But I just thought it was such a beautiful golden pothos for $12. I think it was like $12.98. And it's just so beautiful. So I did put it in this pot. I'm not sure if I like it so much in this pot. It's still in the nursery pot, and I was kind of trying it out, but I don't really think I like that combination. But I love the plant. I think it's so gorgeous, and I'm so happy that I purchased this golden pothos from Home Depot. I just love how the yellow variegation, it's just so beautiful. And it's already growing some new leaves for me, and it's just beautiful. I love it. So that's the first one. So these next two plants are the same plant, and I did purchase these at Home Depot, but a different Home Depot. I bought two of the little euphorbia obesa. So this is the first one. And I had to grab these, you guys. They were only like $3.98, I believe, for these little plants. So I bought that one, and then I also bought this one. And I just could not pass these up. So I'm going to pot these. I think I'm going to pot them up separate. I was going to pot them up together, but I think I'm going to pot them up separate. But I just thought they were so cute, and I was really happy and excited to find these because they're kind of hard to find, and I found them at Home Depot for $3.95. So I had to grab two of them, and I went back multiple times after I found these, and they still had like 3 left every time that I went. So I was happy that I grabbed 2 of them, and I hope they do very well in my care. They are currently sitting in my south-facing window, so I'm sure that they will do really good, and I'll keep you guys updated on these plants. So the next plant I'm going to show you, I also got at Home Depot, and this was on the Shop With Me with the golden pothos. And this is a Hoya carrii, and it's just the green version. But you guys, this plant was $8.98, so I really could not leave this one behind. It's not doing so great. A lot of the leaves are curled. I did water it once, and I've had it for probably 2 to 3 weeks at this point. The leaves up here are growing though. They were smaller when I first got this plant, but they are growing, but they're really like a weird shape. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. But I really couldn't pass this up for $8.98. And I'm super happy to have this in my collection. I also got another Hoya while I was at Home Depot. And this one was the Hoya gracchalis, I think it was called. This one was also, this one was $7.98. And it has grown a few leaves for me. I think this one here is new. You can see it's a little bit darker. But I did notice that this little vine here is broken. And this is a vine that has the really cool large leaves with the splashing on it. So I think I'm going to have to try to propagate this plant, this little vine that broke off here. But it looked like a Hoya pubicalis to me, but on here it says Hoya gracchalis, so either way, I really like this Hoya, and I'm hoping that it grows full and beautiful for me, and I'm really happy to have this one in my collection as well. So this next plant I bought at Whitfield Nursery, one of my favorite nurseries, and I walked in and I saw this plant, and it is a global green pothos. And you guys, I did buy a global green when Costa Farms was putting them out. I purchased one at Walmart, and it wasn't doing so great when I bought it, and it just declined and it just died. So when I saw this one at Whitfield Nursery, I grabbed it, and it was $16.99, and it's a very full pot, and it's already trailing. It does sit in my south-facing window, so it's doing very well. But I just had to have it because, like I said, mine died and I really wanted one. So I grabbed this one. And I think all the plants that sit in my south-facing window, there's like a little spider that lives in there. And I can see that it's making a web in this one as well. It's not a spider mite, so it doesn't hurt the plants. I actually think that it helps with pest control. So I do leave that spider alone and just let it live in my plants. So this is my global green that I purchased at Whitfield Nursery. And then this next plant that I purchased, I did a short on YouTube when I found this plant, and it is a Alocasia silver dragon, and I've had one of these before and it didn't do well in my care. But when I saw this one and it was only $7.98, I grabbed it. It is doing very well. It already had these little holes in this leaf when I purchased it. But the reason that I grabbed this one is because it had slight variegation on some of the leaves. So like on this leaf here, you can see the variegation. And some of the other leaves also have like just slight touches of variegation. But I thought that it was pretty cool that that one had some variegation on it. So I grabbed this plant for $7.98. I figured I could not go wrong. And so far so good on this plant. It's doing really good. I do have it close to a humidifier near my south-facing window, and I do make sure that it stays very watered. I don't let it get soggy, but I do make sure that the soil stays pretty moist, and it's been doing good. So fingers crossed for this plant. I thought it was so beautiful. And I'm going to be repotting this plant soon, so I'll do a repotting video with you guys and put this one into a new pot. But I just loved it for $7.98. Super beautiful plant. So another plant that I bought at Whitfield Nursery is this Cebu blue. And I already have one. It is hanging, and it's pretty long. It's really long actually. But when I saw this, I just wanted it. So this one was, I think it was like $16.99 for this plant. And it was a pretty full pot, so figured I'd pick it up. This one does sit on the shelf behind me, and I think it looks pretty cute there. I'm going to leave it there until it starts getting really long, and then I'll figure out something else to do with it. Maybe I'll even try putting it on a pole so it can climb. But I knew I had the perfect spot in my house for this plant, so I just grabbed it, and it fits perfect on that shelf, and it looks so cute up there. So I'm really happy that I picked this one up and brought it home. So the last plant that I purchased in the month of June is this lipstick plant, and I did purchase it at Lowe's. It was $14.98. And I've been wanting a lipstick plant because I love the blooms on these plants. I did have a variegated lipstick plant that I purchased when we lived in our other house, and it was doing so awesome. It would flower for me all the time, and when we moved, it did not like the change and it died. So that plant was a variegated lipstick plant, but this one, when I saw it, $14.98, I knew that it had to come home with me, and I'm hoping that this one does also give me blooms, because those lipstick blooms are just so cute. And so I was really excited to find this plant and bring it home with me. Okay, you guys, so those were all the plants that I purchased in the month of June, but there are a few plants that I want to update you guys on, so I'm going to show you the first plant. Okay, so the first plant is this little Hoya, standaliana variegata, and I did purchase this plant, I believe it was on Etsy. And when I did my plant haul, I showed you guys this plant, and it only had this leaf and this leaf. I think this leaf was unfurling when I showed you guys, I think. And it was looking really sad, and so I was telling you guys that I think I overwatered it and then it's not going to live. I'm going to show you a plant that unfortunately is not doing so great, and I'm kind of sad about it because I really wanted this plant. But it was a plug from Etsy, and it is the standaliana aria, and this leaf is curling up. I think it was overwatered, so I took it out of the little plastic that it was in and put it in some, like, a chunky mix. This leaf looks okay, but this one is not looking so great. So it's a really pretty plant. I was hoping that it would get pretty full and just like a big beautiful plant for me, but I really don't think that's going to happen. I will keep you guys updated on this plant, but so far this is what it's looking like, so kind of sad. And there was a comment on that video stating these plants like to be watered, and when their leaves start curling, that means that they need water. So I put it in like a terrarium, like a glass jar that I have with some sphagnum moss, and then I keep it very watered, and you guys, it is putting out new leaves for me. So I was so excited about this plant because I really thought that I killed it, and it's just so pretty, and the new leaves that are coming out are so gorgeous and variegated. So I was super excited when this plant started growing new leaves for me. It took a while, but I do have new leaves on it. So this is the first plant that I wanted to update you guys on. So another plant that I wanted to update you guys on is this Gloriosum, Philodendron Gloriosum. And it put out this leaf for me, and now it's putting out another new leaf. And this is the one that I purchased on Facebook Marketplace. And I think it was it last month or maybe the month before, I'm not sure. But it grew this huge new leaf for me. And now it's growing another leaf. And this plant, I do need to repot it in a longer, like a rectangular planter, so it has room to grow, because it is a crawler and it's coming right out of the pot. But this is another plant that I wanted to update you guys on because it's doing so great, and I'm so excited for this one because it's growing so much for me, and it's such a beautiful plant. So my Gloriosum. Another plant that I wanted to show you guys and maybe get your advice on is my Monstera standaliana albo. And I mean, it has a lot of new little leaves, so I'm really excited for this plant. So this one's growing for me. It does have, you know, new leaves. But the only thing is, it's getting these long runners with no leaves on them. So I wanted to ask you guys if you had any advice on the runners, and are they going to put out leaves, or should I chop them off? What should I do with these? Because there's 3 that are just long with no leaves on them. I think this one might be getting some leaves. There's like little maybe leaves coming out. But I don't know if that's what this plant does and just leave it alone, or what I'm supposed to do with it. So It is very beautiful and I'm happy to have this plant, but I'm not sure about these long runners. So any help on this plant, I would really appreciate it if you left it in the comments down below, because I really love this plant and I just want it to grow. So this next plant you guys also helped me out on, because I've never had an Anthurium, and this plant was this is my clarinervium, and it was putting out this new leaf, and it was so small. So it is growing a new leaf, but look how tiny the leaf is. And I was happy that it grew a leaf, but I was hoping that it'd be a little bit bigger. And this is what it is looking like now. And I'm so happy. It is still really soft, so I don't want to touch it, but it's not fully hardened off yet. So I think it might grow a little bit more. I'm not sure, but look how beautiful this new leaf is. And it's looking so good. And it already has a new leaf starting to grow. So I'm really happy with this plant. I wanted one of these for such a long time, and it's not disappointing me at all. I'm just so in love with this thing, and I just love staring at it every single day, and I'm constantly checking on it to make sure that it's okay. But this plant is another one that I wanted to update you guys on. And then the last plant that I'm going to update you guys on is the Philodendron Summer Glory. Is this Philodendron Summer Glory. And when I first got it, it was this leaf was like orange. If you watched that last video, the leaf was orange in that one. It was just unfurling. But now look at the colors and how beautiful it is. It's like a copper color, and it has like pink in the leaves. I think even this one does too. And this plant has been a lot of trouble for me. It's given me so many problems, and it's my fault. I put it under a grow light because I thought, you know, it would help it grow, and a lot of the leaves got burned. So I'm pretty sure that's what is going on here, is burning on the leaves. This is the newest leaf and it's doing okay. And then it is also putting out a new leaf here. So I don't have it near the grow light anymore. I have it near the south facing window so it gets natural light. And I'm hoping that it does better there. But I'll keep you guys updated on this plant because I really love it and I just want it to grow and look beautiful, and it really is a beautiful plant. But I'm hoping that moving it away from the grow light will help. And like I said, I'll keep you guys updated on this plant. It also has a lot of little like new growth down in the center, but I will keep you guys updated on this plant. Okay, you guys, so those were all the plants that I purchased in June, and then some of the updates that I wanted to show you guys. I do have some repotting that I need to do, so stay tuned for that video, and I'll show you some more updates on that video as well. But I just want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any tips on that Monstera standaliana elbow, please leave them down below. And I just want to thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, guys, bye.